Hello Cancer, welcome to your June 2018 reading. This is a general reading for you Cancerians. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign, as some months that will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. And I've had a few inquiries about how to find your rising sign and your moon sign. If you go on the internet, there's a lot of free sites that will chart your signs, your astrological chart. It's for free, and you can check out what your rising sign and moon sign is from there. So you just simply need to type in or put in the information of your date of birth, your time of birth if you know it, and your location of birth at birth, and that will print out a chart for you, and you can find that information there. This is a general reading for you Cancerians. If you would like to have a personalised reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a one-on-one reading there, which will be specific to you and more accurate for you. This is a general reading. We'll see how it goes, and I hope it's helpful. Let's have a look. I've got the spread here for you, and it's really, really interesting. You've got a lot of the princesses, which is in the Rider-Waite deck is the page. So let's begin. And to start with, you've got the Princess of Swords. The Princess of Swords, which is the old Page of Swords, I guess. You know, the Princess of Swords. She's gorgeous, isn't she? And the Princess of Swords tells me what the situation is around you, and it's, you know, you've spent some time thinking about new ideas, new ways of doing things, what new things you want to bring into your life, what things you want to change, and it could be the thoughts of starting a new business, starting a new venture, changing jobs, maybe going for that promotion. You're doing the work of actually putting that into progress, you know, progressing with that, thinking about it, plotting it. How are you going to make it happen? What do you want to have happen? What changes do you want to bring in? So there's been a lot of things going through your head at the moment, you know, where you have given it thought. You've had this desire to start something new, to do something different. For some of you, it's business. I feel like that's a really strong new business venture or new business. New invention or a promotion, putting that in place. For some of you, it can be new love, new life, starting a new life, starting a family, starting a new way of doing things. But I feel like it's more to do with finances. It's more to do with ideas. Are you going to buy that that other property, that investment property? What are you going to do with some? I feel like some of you have had money come in through an inheritance, a winnings, money that has been given to you. I feel like there's money coming for some of you in some form, and it's what am I going to do with that? If you haven't already received it, it's in the pipeline. What am I going to do with that? How am I going to utilize that? How am I going to use it? For some of you. For some of you, it's how can I make more money? What can I do to subsidise what I'm already doing to bring in further income? So you've been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of processing along the way. You've also then crossing that, you've got the Princess of Swords, another, which would be Page of Swords. Wands. I've just given you I'm looking at this card. This is your situation, the Princess of Swords. This is the Princess of Wands. And the Princess of Wands, Wands is the fire signs. Wands is fire, passion, interest, enthusiasm, new ideas. What new ideas have you got that you're feeling really passionate about? I mean, this is a really big push for you in June. It seems to be the way you're going in June. It's, you know, you've thought about things for quite a while, and now you're really being driven to follow your passion, follow your joy, do something that with enthusiasm, with energy, with fire, with, you know, put that fire in your belly, actually start putting things in place. Really strong energy around you, I feel. What's underwriting all of that? What is driving that? What is driving that? Yet another princess page in the old Rider-Waite deck, but the Princess of Pentacles. The Princess of Pentacles is, of course, these ideas that you're looking at are actually going to bring in the prosperity that you're seeking. The ideas are going to be successful. They are going to have the outcome that you're hoping for. I also feel like it's a union of some sort. There's a union or a coming together of different parties, different people coming together to produce this, to bring on this prosperity, to bring on, give these ideas momentum and direction and speed, and start actually putting them in place. And it's going to be very beneficial for you. It's going to be very successful. I feel like that's really good. That's really good. And if it's not a business venture or a promotion or a partnership in a company or a business that you're going to be given, it can also be, for some of you, there's a coming together of families. It's like, I want to say, a blended family, coming together of a blended family where there's young people also. You know, you've met someone, they have children, you have children, and these children are going to come together, and it's going to be quite successful. It will work. The energies will blend really well. Hence the princesses, the young people. If they are people in your life, if they are male or female, they're teenagers, they're young, they're coming together in a union, in a marriage that you're seeking, you're putting together with somebody else, and wondering, will it work? Well, it will work. They will settle, and they'll really get on quite well. So there's also the coming together, even though they're different. There's a fire energy in one of them. There's a one that's quite pensive, and one that's quite productive, you know, quite strong, quite solid. You know, if it's not a business, it's a family situation that's coming in around you. Really interesting. That's really interesting. It's something that, this is in your recent past, and you've got the Queen of Pentacles here, and the Queen of Pentacles can be male or female, but I feel like it's the energy that's there with you, and it's someone that is very solid, very strong, that is someone that you've met in the recent past. If it can represent a male or a female, quite solid, quite reliable, quite practical, putting things in place. There's no airy-fairy about them. They're quite grounded, quite earthed in how they process things, how they think about things. It could be you, in the way that you think about things, in the way you process things, in the way you put things in place. Nothing's been done in a hurry. Nothing's been done, you know, slapped together. It's really planned. It's very planned. It's very grounded. It's very solid. So any plans that you have been making in the past to bring through are things that you've really thought about it from every angle, and that will also help in it being quite successful and quite good around you. Either that, or it is a person that is around, that is there, that you've met in the recent past, that is there to support you, has good advice, has good counsel to help you along with the situation that you're requiring assistance in. Be very mindful. Here you have the Devil card. The Devil card is all about temptation. It's about taking shortcuts. It's about making the easy decision rather than making a more difficult decision. Making the easy decision which won't have the benefits and the outcome of the more difficult decision. It's also about not being manipulated by anybody. So, you know, if there's someone there around you that can be quite manipulative, that wants things the way they want them, and I get a sense that for some of you that's going to be the case. They want things done the way they want them done. And what are you giving up? What are you giving up to keep the peace? What are you giving up as a price for that relationship, be it a romantic relationship, a friendship, or a business partnership? What are you giving up to go along with that, to keep that business or keep the outcome get the outcome that you want? Is the price too high? That's something you've got to decide. Are you being manipulated into making decisions that you don't really want to make? Think about that. Think about that. Or it could be, are your choices, the choices for some of you, it's the choices that you're making that are the easy options. And the easy options aren't always the best options. So really think about, because with all the princesses here, all these cards that you've got, it really is about new things coming in June, new opportunities coming in June, an opportunity to set things up afresh, set things up new. And so make sure that the choices and decisions that you're making for this is for your highest good. You're not taking shortcuts because you want to avoid an argument, because you want to avoid a disagreement, because you want to keep the peace, because it's what somebody else wants that's got a stronger personality than you. Have a look at all the different reasons why you're making your choice and your decision. And if it's true for you, if it fits with you, then go ahead with it. But if not, rethink it. Really think about what your motivation for making that choice is, because that you'll be honouring the process, honouring what is being offered to you, and it's going to be better for you if you are stronger by it. Because I feel like in the past, my Cancerians, a lot of you have been manipulated, have taken the easy option, have made a decision and a choice not because you've wanted to, but because it's been the easy way out. It avoids an argument, it avoids a disagreement. It's just been an easy option. And it might be time now, with these new ventures coming in, these new possibilities and opportunities coming in for you, to make a choice and a decision that is better for you, and stand firm with that. Okay, stand firm with that. What you've got here is the Tower, which is interesting, because what I get with that is, in order for new things and new opportunities to come in, a lot of the old has to crumble, and that might be for you standing strong and not making your easy choices like you always have done. Here's an opportunity for you to make the choices you want to make, because what's happened is all the old things are crumbling away. This is what this is. And everything that it no longer suits you, that no longer is good for you, will seemingly crumble away. People that are no longer healthy for you, for your relationships, are going to move on. Time to and that will happen whether you want it or not. So if you can make that choice and say, well, I don't want them, I don't want to have business dealings with them. I don't want them as a friend. It's time to move on. You make that choice, it's going to be a lot easier. If you don't, it will come about anyway, through a big argument, a big disagreement, and parting on less than desirable terms. That's an option. That's an option. You might find that if you're renting, for some of you, if you're renting a house that the owner wants to move back in, or you've got a certain amount of time to move out, and you think, oh, what a disaster, I was feeling comfortable here. But it's an opportunity to move into another location, move into another house, move into the place that you've probably always wanted to move into. That's the princesses, you see. That's all these new things that are coming in for you. So this Tower is actually going to help you, I feel, make those choices. Move on to things that are what you've always desired, what you've wanted. Here's this opportunity to start afresh, but just be very careful, because you need to honour who you are and your sense of self-worth, and be able to make the correct choices for you, not because they're easy, not because they please other people. Sometimes you've got to stand up for what you believe in. It's your turn to shine. It's your turn to do things the way you want to do them. And that's not always the easiest path, but that's the path that is going to be more fruitful for you. Okay, so that's really good. And with new things coming in, these new concepts are going to come in, these new ideas are going to come in for you. And with that, there's going to be success. And whenever there's success, there's always people around that are a little bit envious of what you have that they don't have. So while you're caught up in all this wonderful stuff that's just falling into place for you, be very, very mindful. The Seven of Wands is be mindful of people that are around you. And, you know, other signs have got this as well, which is really interesting for June. It's about being aware of people that are, you know, a wolf in sheep's clothing that comes with, you know, says one thing, but their actions show a completely different thing. And it's about you being aware, you being discerning, you seeing through that facade, you seeing through that disguise, and being mindful. Before you sign anything, read it and reread it, have it looked over by a legal person. Any changes that you want to make, you know, if you're getting a promotion, make sure you read your job specifications, what your role is, what you're going to be doing, what benefits are in it for you. Read it carefully and make sure that it suits you, because at the end of the day, they want you there, and so you're holding the cards. It's, you know, the ball's in your court, as we say. But be mindful also. Little bit of skepticism, a little bit of awareness in anything that you do, okay? Don't think that everyone's after your best interests all the time. You're after your best interests, and that's what you need to guard and protect, okay? Guard your ideas. So what's coming up for you in June? You've got the Justice card. You see, that I feel like for some of you, that's the legals, that's the law, courts, the legal side of things, signing documents, signing papers. Be aware of what you're signing. Read and reread it. It's legal dealings, signing contracts. Purchase of a house, you're signing contracts, aren't you? You know, a new job, you're signing contracts. You know, it can take many forms. It can take many, for some of you, it's tied up with family as well. It's tied up with family as well. Okay. I also feel like for some of you, this is what June is about for you. It's the Justice card. It's the balancing of the scales. It's the karmic card. It's the balancing of the scales. You know, what you've been through in the past is being balanced. How have you carried yourself? Have you behaved with honour and integrity? If that's the case, then that's the good karma that you're going to be getting through June. So there's payback time. There's this balancing of the scales. So, you know, if you've done things honourably in the past and dealt with things fairly in the past, then you're about to get a really good serve. Okay, it's this. Let's balance the scales. Let's see. What goes around comes around, you know. And so now the scales are being balanced, and these things that are going to be given to you are going to come to you on equal balance. So that's what June's about. You know, it's your turn to receive. It's your turn to receive. So be open to that, because it's, you know, the wheel of fortune. It's, you know, what goes around comes around. You've had a hard trot. You really have. A lot of you Cancerians have had a hard time of it. But the wheel of life is turning in your favour. It's turning in your favour, and that's to do with karma. Okay, it's to do with the balancing of the scale of life. And it's coming your way. If that is legal issues, if that's legal issues that you're going through, things that you have to sign, it's going to go in your favour. You're going to be okay. You're going to do well with that. It's all going to work out for the better. You'll be fine with it, because it's the wheels turned. It's where there was unfairness. It's now your turn to be fair, to behave with honour and integrity, with fairness, and things will come your way. So you're going to be successful in whatever it is you're planning. If it's a business that you're starting and you've just signed up all the legal documents, you've done all the paperwork, you've done all of that, then it's going to move ahead really well for you. So there's a lot of success coming your way. There's a lot of new learning. There's a lot of learning of new skills for you. This is the outcome card. Learning of new skills, working well into the night, but reaping those rewards of, you know, that fantastic relationship that you've worked hard at maintaining and getting is going to pay off. That business that you've started, that business venture that you've started, that partnership you've signed up for, that promotion you've always wanted, whatever it is for you, it's going to work for you, Cancerians. It's just going to work for you. Be prepared to put in the work, though. It's not just going to land in your lap. There's work involved, and when you put that work in, you're going to reap the benefits of that. That's going to come your way, and you'll be very, very successful with it. That's fantastic, isn't it? Okay, well, that's already come out, the Angels of Abundance card. Let's see what this one is. Very appropriate. Take a divinely, I'll take the glare off that. Take a divinely guided chance. Isn't that fantastic? So, all positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you're ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. Now, how appropriate is that with the reading that I've just given you? It sums it up beautifully, and that's what's coming for you in June. So have a very adventurous, very prosperous, successful June, Cancerians. Don't be afraid to sweep out the old and bring in the new. Follow your heart and bring those ventures in that you've been planning so long for, because, you know, it's all in your favour. I think that's absolutely fantastic. So I wish you many, many blessings, Cancerians. I hope that this reading has been good for you, and you understand it. Okay, you can place it. I hope so. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign as well, if you would like. And if you would like to book a reading with me, follow the link below to my website, and you can have a personalised reading. Many blessings.